What's going on, guys? It's your boy Tactics here, and kind of wanted to address some questions that you guys have been asking me. One in particular, anyway. If I'm okay and if everything is all right. Well, for one, I want to thank everybody who showed concern. That was very sweet. I appreciate that. I'm actually okay now, but as stated in my previous birthday vlog, I was recently under a lot of stress, and a lot of that was just due to a lot of stupid reasons and everything that, you know, as you remember, it resulted in me breaking out and shit like that. So I was like really under a lot of stress and a lot of pressure. It actually got to the point where I stopped posting videos, and you know, I was almost close to just like quitting YouTube, just saying fuck this shit, and you know, just throwing in the towel. You know what I mean? I don't really want to get into too much detail. It's hard to explain. It's really hard to explain, but I mean, YouTube kind of makes it hard for me to have relationships. And I mean, I shouldn't even put that specifically on YouTube. I mean, I'm an active presence on YouTube. It seems to create a problem, and I mean, I've been through this scenario 3 times before with 3 different women where they were uncomfortable with the stuff that I do in regards to YouTube. And I mean, just simply just showing my face on camera is bad because of the fact that insecurities start to manifest from all that stuff. There are girls who comment and make, you know, certain comments, which is fine. I mean, it's not really a big deal, you know what I mean? And I don't let that stuff get to my head or anything, because I want to be recognized for my talent and not, you know, not for anything else other than my talent and my ability to make people laugh. But yeah, I mean, like, that kind of stuff kind of is too much for a lot of the girls that I date. And you know, girls all say the same shit, like, oh yeah, I can handle it. And like, if I bring this up to, for example, if I'm dating a girl right now and I tell her the situation about how the last girl wasn't too cool with the fact that I was doing this YouTube stuff and like it was an issue and blah blah blah, went into full detail, the current girl would be like, oh, that's bullshit. Like, you know, she should understand, and you know, she should see that this is your passion, this is what you want to do. That's all bullshit. You know what I mean? As far as I know, that's all bullshit, because they all say the same thing, and then a couple months down the line, you know, they realize that it's too much for them. Now, mind you, I'm not faulting them for that, because if the shoe was on the other foot, I would completely understand. You know what I mean? Like, if I was dating a fucking YouTube celebrity or whatever, you know what I mean? And a bunch of guys were commenting and all this stuff, and you know, anything like that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I probably have a little bit of a problem with it. I get it, but at the same time, like, what the fuck am I to do? You know what I mean? Like, I can only reassure a person so much. You know what I mean? Like, when it gets to the point where a person is so insecure with what you do that they're not even willing to be supportive. Like, they can't even like watch your videos. That's how bad it is. You know what I mean? Like, it gets to the point where it's like, what can I do? You know, a lot of my friends were saying, like, you know, it just all depends. You gotta find the right girl who's willing to understand and everything. And I mean, that's easier said than done, right? You know, part of what I'm looking for in a woman is someone who's going to be supportive, someone who I can go to for my own advice or my own kind of issues, and just like go and release and stuff, you know what I mean? And not just in a sexual way, but I mean, just overall, like mentally, you know, just to keep me stable. And like, cause this YouTube shit is a lot of pressure, man. I mean, like, a lot of you guys think that it's just, you know, turn on the camera, point and shoot and talk, you know, but you know, I put a lot of work into my craft. You know, sometimes you need that moral support, like that moral support and that backing to like be like, yeah, you can do this. Like, because there's times, like I said, there's times when like I just want to be like, yo, fuck this shit. Like, a lot of you assume that, oh, it's like, oh, this guy just wants to make money. He just wants to, you know, it's all about the money and everything. And I'm like, no, it's not about the money. Like, you know, like, yes, I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to make money off of this. I didn't want to make a living off of this. Of course I do. You know what I mean? But what you guys have to understand is this YouTube stuff is, the money is not my driving force for why I do this. Like I said, mind you, like if you know, I start making bank to the point where I can like get my own place on my YouTube money alone and everything, that I'm laughing, guy. I'm not stressing at all, you know. But I don't even look at my AdSense account to see how much I make. I just wait for my check to come, and you know, whatever I get is whatever I get, because I don't want to be like, oh, I only made $50 today, so I gotta work harder now. No, I don't want the money to be my driving force. I want it to be like, oh, I only got like 2,000 views on this video. What have I done? What did I do? Or what could I have done differently so that way it could be more appealing for the masses, you know what I mean? Or I got 40,000 views on this video, like they seem to really like this topic, you know, maybe I should like expand on this, elaborate a little bit more. I see all these other people in Toronto alone, like who, you know, have all this backing, all this support, and like all this push, and I don't have that. And so it's a lot harder because I feel like I'm doing this all on my own, you know. I started this thing off with two of my friends, you know. As you guys know, one of those guys, we're not on speaking terms anymore. And Iceman, I mean, you know, all respect to him. I love the dude and everything, but you know, this isn't his thing. There's gonna come a time when, you know, real talk, the live stream isn't gonna be the two of us anymore. It's just like once he gets his career started, I don't see him doing this for the rest of his life. You know what I mean? And eventually I only see Iceman on Sundays anyway. That's the only time we ever talk. So after that, you know, after he gets his life together, then that's pretty much it. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Like I said, times get hard, and you know, sometimes I'm just stressed out, and I've been so stressed out to the point where I just couldn't get a sense of clarity. You know, digressing back to the original topic about, you know, girls not understanding what it is that I do and all that, like, it's really hard to cope, and like that's not the main reason why I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna give it up. It's just sometimes I'm weighing the options, and I'm just like, all this stress plus the stress of girls not being able to understand, like, is this all really worth it? And it is. I started this whole YouTube thing because I was inspired by, you know, my ex-girlfriend. Yes, we had that breakup, but I try to look at the positive to every negative situation. As hard as it is to comprehend that at times, like that's kind of how I try to look at things. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's been the best thing that's ever happened to me, because it allowed me to break out of my shell and to be more outspoken and to express who I am. It's great. It's awesome, and I love it. And it's definitely been a sense of therapy for me to help me cope through a lot of hard times and everything. And to give that up for a woman, as silly as that sounds, like, I don't think I could do it. I don't see a point in doing it. Especially, like, what am I getting in return? Like, I'm making a sacrifice and giving up something. What are you giving up? You know what I mean? Like, and I wouldn't want to be with somebody who would make me give up my passion just because they have like an issue with it. If anything, we can talk about things and figure out what it is I can do to help you cope through it. But if it's to the point where it's like, oh, I can't watch your videos, or, you know, I can't have you on Facebook or Twitter, or, you know, I don't want to talk about your stuff kind of thing, then what the fuck are you doing with me? Because this is part of my life. This is who I am. And my friend made a very interesting, he said a very interesting thing to me that, you know, very simplistic, but at the same time it speaks volumes. And he says, any girl that dates you is not only dating Andrew James, but they're also dating tactics. And it's kind of like any girl that dates Bruce Wayne has to date Batman as well. You know what I mean? Like, they have to understand that Batman is who he is and what he does, and, like, you know, he has to do what he has to do, and he can't just give that up for a woman. He wouldn't, because he set out to do something and he's going to accomplish it. You know what I mean? This is his goal. He will do this until he dies. And I'd like to think that it's the same principle, where I want to do this for as long as I can, and when I decide to quit, if I decide to quit, it'll be on my own terms, and not because I'm trying to make it more comfortable for the girl that I'm with, because that's fucking retarded. That's pretty much what's been stressing me out and everything. And then yeah, just a lot of things that have been on my mind, but I mean, that I'll keep it there specifically, because I don't want to like banter on about stuff that you guys probably don't even care about. I don't know, man. It's like sometimes I just think, I'm like, would it just be easier if I just dated like a vlogger or something, or a girl who was already in the entertainment business, like a model or something like that, or someone who would just understand, like, from my own perspective? Because I feel like the dynamic right now, it's like an average person dating, and I'm not trying to belittle anybody with this analogy or whatever, but it's like an average person dating fucking Jennifer Lopez kind of thing, you know what I mean? They have to be able to understand that she is in the spotlight, she's going to get a lot of attention, and you know, that's, if you're dating Jennifer Lopez, you're dating that lifestyle as well. So yeah, I mean, my lifestyle is not even all that glamorous. I mean, yeah, I have fun, I go out sometimes and everything, but at the end of the day, like, you know, this YouTube thing is pretty much my life, man. I'm there writing scripts and, you know, making videos, editing and shit like that. I'm working on a movie, you know what I mean? And like, that's my life. And if you're kind of just gonna take a small portion of my life and negate everything else that's involved, I don't see how a relationship could work with me and you. You know what I mean? So yeah, just something that's been on my mind lately. You guys asked, some of you guys asked, and rather than typing it out to each individual person, I just figured I'd go on camera and just talk about it and everything. So that's what's been bothering me lately. But I'm cool now. I'm good. You know, I'm dealing with it, and I'm not quitting YouTube or anything, so you don't have to worry about that. So yeah, new videos will be coming out soon. Still working on the movie, and yeah, that's enough rambling on. So I'm your boy Tactics. Peace, and I'm out.